After watching the production process of aluminum cans, I finally understand how they are made. It's amazing how much technology is involved in such a small aluminum can. Now let's step inside the factory and see how aluminum cans are manufactured. Workers drive forklifts to transfer collected used aluminum cans from various places to a multifunctional used aluminum can processing machine. The cans are conveyed into the machine, where they undergo several processes. This machine, towering higher than a 3-story building, integrates multiple processing techniques. It compresses the used cans into blocks and transfers them to a shaking device that separates the bonded cans into individual units. Next, the loose used aluminum cans are transported to a sorting line. The sorting line consists of 2 stages. The first stage involves magnetic sorting to separate ferrous impurities from the recycled aluminum cans using magnetic separators. After magnetic separation, the cans undergo a closed screening process. This process includes 10 steps. The first 9 focus on removing paint from the aluminum cans through a high-temperature baking process at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for half an hour. Once cleaned, the cans are transferred to a furnace. Inside the furnace, temperatures exceeding 1300 degrees Fahrenheit melt the processed recycled aluminum cans into molten aluminum. After melting, the molten aluminum is poured into molds in the casting workshop using a guiding device. 40 tons of molten aluminum can be poured into molds within an hour. The molds are then lifted and cooled with water to solidify the aluminum ingots. Once the aluminum ingots stabilize, they are lifted out of the casting pits using cranes. Each ingot is approximately 16 feet long, 4 feet wide, and weighs over 20 tons. This innovative lifting method uses a single piece of equipment to hoist these massive aluminum ingots. The ingots undergo machining in the pressing workshop to ensure their surfaces are smooth and flat. This machining prepares them for further pressing on a die press platform, a process known as hot pressing. The platform heats the ingots to 500 degrees Fahrenheit to soften them, making it easier for the die press to shape them. Water cooling is applied between press cycles to prevent overheating and to quickly shape the ingots. Once pressed into aluminum plates that are 1.2 inches thick, the plates are trimmed at both ends and sent to the next production line. This processing line involves cold pressing the aluminum plates into sheets as thin as 0.004 inches using the force of the die press. The sheets are then rolled into aluminum coils by a rolling machine. From a single 20-ton aluminum ingot, this coil production can yield enough material to make 750,000 cans. The pressed aluminum sheets are then processed into cans. They are fed into a stamping machine where they are punched into small discs. These discs enter a forming machine where they emerge as cans with a metallic sheen. Formed cans proceed to a cleaning workshop where they undergo a thorough cleansing process to remove grease, dust, and other contaminants. Once cleaned, the cans are orderly transferred on a conveyor belt thanks to magnetic or pneumatic systems. The next step involves manufacturing the can lids made from a copper alloy that is tougher than the material used for the cans. These copper alloy sheets are fed into a stamping machine that produces can lids at a rate of 200 per second. An automated production line manages the assembly and sealing of the lids onto the cans. It's astounding to think that such a seemingly simple aluminum can involves so much advanced technology. Finally, the completed cans are stored in warehouses awaiting delivery to manufacturers who ordered them. These aluminum cans, produced with high-tech processes, are sold to manufacturers for approximately 15 cents each. Do you think that's expensive?